Oh, school. You stopped going to school.
Ooh, yeah.
And
So,
why?
okay, so I just told you the bad incident that I had about
Yeah.
suicide. So now a year later,
Okay.
now I'm working on myself for a good year. A year later, I'm telling you, COVID came.
Oh.
So COVID came in March. So I was in the middle of a semester. So the craziest thing about COVID, it was the best thing for me. Like everybody in it, you know how it's like everybody struggled through it. That was my time for me and him to get myself to where I needed to be. I couldn't see it then, but I can see it now.
So he had to keep you by yourself.
He had to get me alone and away from, because even everything,
the
distractions, all of that. So I was doing so COVID came March, so it made us have to stay home. So I can tell you, when I went to nursing school, when I got nursing school, I was on the Dean's list when I graduated my associate's degree in health science.
Oh.
So I have associates in health science. So I was still doing the nursing pathway. So I was in nursing school, and so I thought that like I would get C's. Now I was getting C's. I was failing. So I want to get back to my grades. Now I'm like, I'm failing. Like, but yeah, I am a smart, intelligent person. That's what I realized. And also one thing I realized, people don't realize, you have to have the ability to think. No, self-awareness. I know what trickles me. I know what doesn't. I know what type of atmospheres I can walk into, and I know when I walk into something, if it ain't right, it's time for me to go.
Time to go.
So
now what you said about school is time to go.
Yes. So this is so funny. So now I want to go back to the COVID, because my grades had me questioning myself. But the rest of my tests I took them tests in record timing. When I was at home taking the test, it was like boom, boom, bang, boom, bang. Like, yeah, I got this. But if you know nursing, it's a science. And if you know science, you know science is a beat. You got to catch the beat. So I caught the beat by myself. Not in there. And it was like, because I was in this place with these people taking these tests. They're down your throat. These people are on top of you. I was in a relax. I'm in my home. Boom, bang, boom.
He was killing
96s. 92. I think the lowest grade I was like 92. Okay. How possible? How do you go from a C student 76s to that, and in record time?
The environment.
Exactly. That's what I say. So then I went back. So then now COVID, the end of the semester I passed. I'm going on to my third semester, and we gotta go back into school. Couple mix-ups, which I call them mix-ups. God put that purposely probably there for me to mix up, and then different things. They try to change my schedule. It was crazy. It was like not trying to work with me. It was like, I'm a single mom. I know that's not your business or however that goes, but you can't just change people's schedule a week before school and then expect me to, and then be like, there's no other alternative. You have to do this. So now you're playing with my life. And that's what I felt like.
Right.
You're playing with my life. You're playing with my money. Like, no, this is unacceptable for anything. Like, you can't do that. This is my livelihood. This is how I was feeling.
So what are you doing now? You quit school to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, so when I quit school, that's what birthed who I am. And that's where I found out who I was. And I had to find out. And that's why I'm so big on people finding out who they are. And when I say find out who you are, I mean who you are at your core. Not who you want to be. Not who at times you portray to be. Not who the world says you are. Who are you? And I say that, and I go spiritual, but I want to say in God's image and liking, because you're seen with no flaws.
Yeah.
So look at yourself with no flaws. So, and let's walk like that. But use wisdom. Yeah. Be humble. Humility, very important. Humility. Listen. Humility is like, humbleness is like the most important thing, because it will keep you grounded. Yeah. And it'll let you know where you're at, your strong points, your weaknesses, what you need to work on, what you need to fix.
That is true.
And that's where that left me to do that.
So what are you doing?
So what am I doing? I am everything in one. I wear so many hats, and now, so I started off with a brand. So my brand is Tiana Shante, the creator. Tiana Shante, actually the creator.
Oh, the creator.
Yes. So ultimately, yes, we came into this to. I thought I was just like design. I love fashion. I love clothes. I could be your personal stylist. I could be your personal shopper, and I love to design. Mm-hmm. And I had to think back to myself, like, all right, when I was growing up, I used to always be like, I want to find a shirt that looks like this.
Okay.
So then when I go to the mall, it never was there, so I had to improvise for whatever they had. So I learned to do that. So that's what I did. And I started off as this designer thing and being a personal stylist and personal shopper. So when I did that, I did a pop-up shop maybe in September. And then through that, I was just like, all right, what now? Because at that point, I had quit my job.
Right.
Quit my job at the end of August. I don't know, God was just telling me just like, go. I got you.
Okay.
And I took a leap of faith. I literally was making from $1,200 to $1,500 a week. Mm-hmm. However it goes, you just take that and it just goes like that. So however it is, let it go. I do this. So now I'm like, all right, what now, God? I did the pop-up shop, what now? So then I'll discipline myself. I did a lot of reading. I did a lot of studying. I did a lot of mental preparation. Mental. It's everything. So then what I did was I did a lot of books, reading, mental notes, all this mental. I challenged myself.
You read books about being in business? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I worked self-help books. I did
what kind of books?
So what books I would read would be books that would help me. I read Emotionally, Spiritually Healthy, but that was done through my small group. I read that book. I took leadership class at the church. I also read my own little books, maybe Powerful Thinking. Anything that would inspire me that I felt. And a lot of times it kind of be like on instinct. I'd be in the store, pick the book up. I read this book called The Number 8. I don't know, I was in Walmart. Picked it up. I read the story. Wow, I'm the number 8. But it put to my life applicably at what I was going through and what I needed. So after reading that book, I challenged myself. So they say anything you do for 21 days can become a habit. So I challenged myself. So I was like, all right. I always want to have this nice body or something, whatever. So so I'm like, all right, what can I do? I challenged myself to get up every day and work out at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday for a month straight.
Oh, okay.
So I did it the first week by myself, and I kind of had my sisters. So then they became into this group thing. So now I invite my friends. We all doing it. So what we would do is we work at the high school, work out. If we had anything on our mind, we would speak about it as we jogging around, working out, whatever. And then at the end, we always pray. Always pray, and I wish them well, go about their day. So it came about, I did that for 30 days. Oh my gosh, my body was so amazing. We need to get back there. 30 more days, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you in 30 days. But so then that turned into, so after that, I was like, ooh, I want to give them a brunch. Okay. So I'm like, just for them helping me, because they didn't have to do this. It was my own thing, and then a lot came a long way. Even if they didn't come every day, I just love the support that they did come. But I'll tell you, that last 4th week was the coldest week ever. It was like 19 degrees. I had gloves, everything. I still did it. So then I gave them a brunch. So in the brunch, it was like, I always want to feed people, give you life. I want to give you a takeaway when you leave away from me. Exactly. Because iron sharpens iron, and I'm sure I gained something in that conversation with you. So I like to give people things back. So that gave me this idea of brunches. Now I'm doing brunches every Wednesday. Then I would start to do, I started to work on this self-love workbook. So what I did was I would read it, take out the major points, take them down. So that would be my class talk for the next brunch. Okay. So I kind of studied, investing in myself, but also investing in the people around me.
That's very good.
That's what I did. So then that's when TC and all this, Tiana Shantae, short name is TC, became all of this. And it's still evolving. And it's like, so what now I do is everything that I'm able to do, I turn it into a way for me to make it into a business to make money. I can cook. I do all these things.
I hear you.
So I'm just I just use that, and it's honestly, that part of me is just like, what is your purpose? The thing you do naturally, the best and the most.
Love and joy.
Yes, and love and joy. Yes. I have an endless imagination, so that's an endless amount of creativity. It's just not a brand. It's this purpose behind it. And even for my brand, how it's all set up, the Tiana Shantae, ; the creator. Well, that's a Bible verse to me. Okay. And what are you supposed to do? Mirror God.
Oh, okay.
You be like him. What is he? The creator.
Oh, okay. That's where that came from.
He spoke into what and said, this is that.
Spoke into existence.
Anything I touch will prosper. And I keep those in my mindset. So I can do anything I put my mind to. I did it.
You can.
I proved it to myself. So there's nothing impossible.
Right?
The ones who can strengthen us. So, and I just ask for grace, strength, and favor through it all. because I know my mindset. I know the dream. I see the vision.
Mm.
And I'm telling you now, most people don't. And most people won't understand.
Damn.
But you have to keep going for
Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah. Even when you fall down and make mistakes, you have to get back up and still strive and keep pushing yourself.